Hello, test, test. 1 2 1 2. Is it working? It's working. Hello. Welcome. It's Tuesday. We're getting closer and closer to Christmas, and it feels like it with the way things are moving. Quick recovery from that harsh bounce or that harsh rejection over the past couple of days. But I mean, we're here now. We did have the availability of taking the breakout long on Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and switch over to the camera as we're talking. We did have the availability to go over and take a long on Bitcoin. It wasn't the greatest risk reward ratio in my opinion. That's why I didn't take it. But the double bottom was there. Unfortunately, on things like Ethereum, that was not an availability. So someone was mentioning in the Telegram that they were sad that they didn't get the Bitcoin, the Ethereum pump. Don't be sad. All right, it's better to not take a position, even if it would have been a winner, because you probably would have taken a couple losses trying to get that position. So don't be sad. Right? So, I mean, on Bitcoin, it was a pure double bottom. Bounce, up, rejection, bounce, and then final breakout. Fish, why you gotta start this now? Why you gotta start this now? Go play with your coconut on the floor. You're being loud. Stop. But now we are back at the top of the range, and I'm looking to take a short. A lot of people asking why. Am I not bullish on Bitcoin? Do I think it's going to go all the way down? No, I don't. Okay, my simple rules is I short the tops, long the bottoms. Simple as that. So we have a range here from top to bottom. It's solidified pretty nicely. I'm going to now start playing it because we don't know how long we're going to be trapped in this range. This can consolidate for another 2 months in the same exact place and kind of just get thinner and thinner as we go along. We don't know. So we might as well take advantage of the trades while they are staring us in the face. And we always have the availability of taking the breakout trade if this trade fails. Because if we don't, break out here, if we do break out here, we're probably going to see around $26,000. That's kind of what I have marked out here as my next technical target. I'm not going to be taking profits there. We're going to be taking the profits as they are shown to us, but that's kind of what I'm expecting if we do have a jump up from here. But I just want to get on and talk to you guys live as I'm trying to contemplate where to get in. That way, I've had a lot of people suggest, can I get onto a live stream and make live trades? So this is what we're doing. I'm not yet in this short on Bitcoin. So we have the previous highs over here. This is the 1 hour chart with the Hakanishi candles. So I'm looking for this average top of about 24,000 to kind of be our peak. So now that we know that that's kind of the level that we should be looking at, we cut down to the smaller time frames. This is the only time you'll ever find me on the 1 minute chart. And now we're looking for this to come back up and form a double top. You can see over here, before we got rejected, we formed a double top. And right here, we formed a double top as well. So I'm just waiting for that to kick in. Who knows if it's going to happen by the end of the live stream. I don't know how long this live stream is going to last, by the way. I'm kind of just, I have some free time before my friends get back from the upper state. They're doing some Christmas shopping today, and so was I. So as soon as my other friends get here, we're going to exchange gifts. So I'm probably going to cut it short. So whenever they walk in, it's going to be a quick goodbye, and that's it. All right, no fake out goodbyes today. So let's go ahead and start saying hello. And yes, Bitbird, I know it's Tuesday. Did you see the thumbnail? I put in the Tuesday thumbnail you made for me. Thank you very much for thinking that I might do other days besides Wednesday and Friday. I appreciate it. Thank you for those thumbnails once again. Kyle Douglas, hey, how you doing, man? What's going on? Thank you for being first. Bitbird, oh thank God, I couldn't take too much more of the House Music Mafia, Mitch Ray. Hopefully this music is a little bit better. I like it. I think it's nice and chillax. John, Kite going live on a Tuesday? Yeah, buddy. Yeah, we are. It's a treat. Bitbird, shh, don't say anything in case he thinks it's Wednesday. I'm smarter than that. I'm smarter than the average bear. John, what's up, buddy? How you doing? I'm doing pretty fantastic. I was on Omegle for a little bit before we got on live stream, before I decided to get on. I was just talking to a couple people. I found this one kid. We just talked about life, the universe, questions that are yet to be answered. That's my favorite thing, is sparking questions in people's minds and stuff they don't usually think about. And the greatest thing is when you get on Omegle and you find a stranger and you start talking about everyday things, like what's your favorite type of video games, all this kind of stuff. And then you start getting deeper and you really start talking about, stuff like that. And I love those types of conversations. That's why I love Omegle. Hey, Kite, nice to catch a live stream. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Good to see you. 86 Harleys. Hey, mate. Hey, how you doing, buddy? What's going on? JRV, 100% all the time. That's what we try to do. Dennis. Hi, Kite. Hello. How you doing, buddy? Crazy Kangaroo. Oh, you didn't say, hey, what's up, Kite and crew? Hey, how you doing, buddy? What's going on? Trade and chill stream. I like the idea. That's what we're going for. Can't see Bud? Oh, well, yeah, no, we can't see yet, but I brought it up. I was just kind of talking in general, all right? Sometimes I'll talk about the chart. Doesn't necessarily need to be up. Tyler T, my bad. Hey, Kite. Hey, how you doing? What did I miss, handsome? Nothing. We just started. You didn't miss anything. Thanks for the handsome compliment. I try. I don't have any gel in my hair today, so it's not all poofy. All right, we're just flat-topped. Tuning in from Australia. What's up, bud? Hello. How you doing, buddy? All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it. Like I said, we're kind of just looking for that double top at the moment. So let's go ahead and cut over to the chart. Live screen. And I probably won't put up the green screen tonight. Sorry if you guys. We'll try to make sure that everything can still be seen though. All right, so I was talking about the 1 hour chart. How the average top, besides that spike right here, that really doesn't matter to me. The average top is at about 23,900 to 24,000. My bad. We're tripping upwards. So we'll say 24,000. Give ourselves some breathing room here. Bottom is probably going to be around 22.5. Right? I know we went a lot lower than that on the first drop, but when it comes to double bottoms, the second bottom is what really solidifies the range for me. So that's how I kind of see things. So from this point on, that's what I'll view as the bottom of the range. And so what I was talking about before is like, we might be stuck in this range for a good while, and you don't want to miss out on shorting if we are. All right. So, obviously I have a little bit more bullish sentiment. Don't get me wrong. But let's say like back here, for example. Now, this was a different story because we did have a macro resistance in the way. So definitely a different story. But right here, we were in this range from top to bottom from the first rejection. We were in that range for like 2 months, almost 3 months, okay, before we actually broke through it. So we just want to make sure that we stick to our rules and we short the tops along the bottom. As simple as your granddad would tell you, buy low, sell high, sonny. All right. That's exactly what my granddad told me. So I don't know about you guys. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to look for the next technical top. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our indicators, the higher time frame indicators, and see if we can spot anything that's kind of giving us an inkling that this is not going to be an actual breakout. Could be, but let's see. All right, so first up is going to be the 6 hour. The 6 hour has a diagonal resistance, okay, coming off of these last couple of highs here. So we are bearishly diverging on the 6 hour RSI coming up upon resistance. Now, the 6 hour RSI, the 6 hour MACD is crossing the downside as well. It is ticking to the upside, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we're full force yet to the upside. So there's always going to be some room for us to go down further. Like right here, for example, it can come up, kind of touch, but then come back down. All right. So that's kind of why I'm looking at this as a particular case scenario. Moving down to the 2 hour, you can see the 2 hour as well. We have a pretty much the same exact high on Bitcoin, so to speak. We definitely hit that kind of area on the 1 minute already, but we have a significantly lower high on the RSI. As well as that, there is the possibility for a bearish divergence on the MACD histogram as well. So that's why I'm a little bit bearish on the smaller time frames. Like I said, I do think ultimately, once this range figures itself out, we're going to break out to the upside. Could be wrong. Who cares? I'm a robot. Beep boop. I go where the market takes me. I take the trades I can take. All right. So a lot of people ask me, like, when I get into a trade and I think about if this then that statements, they go, well, what if it doesn't get to your target? And I go, I don't care. That's pretty much what is holding you back, is you care too much whether or not it's going to get there or not. I just know if this then that. I don't have to worry about emotions. I get into a trade. If this is true, this is true. Doesn't matter how long it takes. So that's the way I think. So now we go ahead and cut down to the 1 minute chart, and we're looking for a double top. So we got rejected here at about 24,000, almost exactly. And every single time that we have come up to that region, you can see double top here before slicing down to the downside. You could have gotten in on the breakout or the retest of that upper high right here. We peaked above it shortly. That's that little high that I was talking about before. Right here as well, double top. So I have put my stop loss nicely above that last local high over here just in case. And if we are going to take a breakout trade, it is going to be contingent on our absolute high of about 24,264 with a stop loss nicely below that. So that's kind of my ideology on why I'm going to be going ahead and taking a short here. Now, people might say, well, it's already going down. What if it doesn't come back up and you get your entry filled? Well. I have to do so on reversal patterns, whether it's a breakout or whether it's a retest. If I don't get my entry filled on this short, so be it, man. We have to take what the market gives us. I rather have 2 touches of a support and resistance before entering rather than 1. I just feel more confident. That's the way I like to trade, and that's how we're going to do it. So, I mean, you can see this one right here came down very nicely before it came back up. This one over here, very sharp decline, took quite a while. This one took, 3 hours before it came back up to retest and got rejected. So I don't know if we'll be on live stream for 3 hours. Definitely not. Probably not. But that's kind of the game plan. So I posted this in the Telegram, but for anybody that watches the live streams, I wanted you guys to have this information as well. Just kind of teach you how I trade. That's all. So, I mean, we could take a look at some of the other coins as well. We can take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum, unfortunately, is not at the top of its range, so I cannot take a short on that. When it comes to the 1 hour to 2 hour, we're looking at this as a potential range. We're looking at about 670 to about 594. I also mentioned this last live stream that we have overlapping ranges, and this will happen from time to time. So let's say that this right here is a separate range, and then this right here, all right, let's change the colors for this. This right here is a separate range as well. Okay, so separate range, but they're overlapping. All right, let me go ahead and take you to an example on Bitcoin where this happened. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the 2 hour and let's go back in time machine. Let's go. All right, right here. This was an overlapping range. All right, first range right here. And then second range right here. I don't know what that was about. I'm sorry. I'm weird. So right here. So you can see what I'm talking about. Overlapping ranges. Treat them separately and you won't get confused. All right. Just forget about this line. All right. These are the only 2 lines that matter. All right. So same situation on Ethereum. Don't get confused. Don't let it trip you up. You'll be fine. All right, so let's go ahead and go back to Ethereum, just talk about it a little bit more. Sorry, I like this song, man. Corduroy, if you're here, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. All right, so let's go ahead and delete that line. This is our range. Don't get confused. All right, 1 hour. That's our range. So it is not to its top yet, and we got kind of a double bottom. If you want to count the wick here, yeah, definitely kind of a double bottom. You could have potentially entered on the break of the horizontal resistance, somewhere around 616. I think we marked that out as well. I'm not quite sure, but that could have been an entry point on Ethereum. But it was a little bit hard to say when it came to the averages. Definitely didn't look good in my opinion, so I didn't enter on that one. Me personally, I am still holding a Ethereum long, so it's not too much concern for me. As well as that, we kind of had the diagonal support and resistance here as well. That is kind of helping us kind of get that low put in. Let's go ahead and take a look at it looks like we're starting to get a rejection on the 1 hour RSI, putting in a exaggerated bearish divergence off this last local high over here at about 670. So this could be potentially coming down for its own separate double bottom, a much larger double bottom. And then we'll have a retest to the upside. So you might be able to get an entry point somewhere around, I want to say like 600 with a stop loss below 595. So probably a stop loss around like 590 to 585. It's probably what I'll be looking for to retest the top of the range. And then Litecoin. I'm still holding on to my Litecoin long. I'm still kind of up in arms whether or not I'm going to continue holding the same trade or if I'm going to be playing the range. If we do happen to return back up to about 122, to that region, 120, 122, I might take my profits on Litecoin and start playing the range. But it's too good of an entry point. I got my entry at $93.50, and I got pretty good leverage on it. I'm up about 500% so far. It's adding so far $300 profit to the $100 portfolio. So I don't know if I want to hold on to that trade or take my profits. We'll kind of see as it develops. We'll see what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin has a breakout, I'll hold on to my Litecoin long. If it gets a rejection, I'll go ahead and cut it once we come back up to the top of the range, and I'll play it on the shorter time frames. And then we'll just take the breakout trade above 125 up to 140, which isn't the best risk-reward ratio. That's why I'm kind of guessing, not guessing, but questioning whether or not I want to continue holding this trade or just wait. That's all. But everything's still looking good from a technical perspective. As long as we continue to hold above 190, 140 is going to be in the cards. XRP, man, it's kind of disappointing at the moment to see XRP do this while everything else is seeing pretty good breakouts. I mean, we didn't even break out above the range that we were currently sitting in while everything else did. You can kind of look at this as a bull flag. I definitely still would, but we're kind of cutting below it. It's going to happen. It could be a fake out. I was looking to take a long off of the local low here, but that failed. I knew that was a high possibility just because of some of the fear, uncertainty, and disappointment that's going around involving the lawsuit around XRP. So I knew it wasn't the best time to be longing, but my rules are rules, and I took the chance. I used substantially less risk on the $100 account than I would have if this wasn't happening, and luckily I did that. So if we do happen to come back above 144.6, I'd probably enter somewhere around 145. That's kind of my game plan at the moment, with us sitting below 144. Well, not 144, 44 cents. The next possible place that we can go retest is 32 cents, 33 cents. So that would be really bad, but could be a possible place to go ahead and pick up some really nice trades, possibly, as well as that possibly just kind of spot buying. Because if we look at XRP on the daily macros here, you can see the downtrend that was started over here on September 28th of 2018 was broken just a couple weeks ago, if not a couple months ago. Well, about a month and a half ago. Actually, no, less than a month, or almost exactly. Sorry. And then we broke the first local high of 33 cents, which kind of flung us, speeding forward. So us coming back down to retest is not necessarily a bad thing. All right. I know it sucks short term, but it's actually really bullish long term. The quicker a market can go back and retest a previous resistance and confirm support, especially with this cradle formation here from these diagonals, the better. All right, so cradles are really, really strong. So hopefully, if this does happen, you guys are able to pick up some XRP. So many coins, so many different price points. Hopefully, you guys don't care that I messed up so many times. XRP, 33 cents. Buy. Monkey buy. Okay? Hopefully, as simple as that. And I know that I'm wearing the same shirt from yesterday's live stream. I just bought this shirt and it's really nice, so I thought I might get an extra day out of it. So don't make fun of me. Yes, brother, how's the portfolio? So we went from $100 to about 550, and then we went back down to 350 after a couple lost trades, and then after a couple of these breakouts, particularly Litecoin and Bitcoin, the portfolio was up to about $1,100. And hopefully, after a couple good range trades or a couple more breakout trades, we'll be up in the $5,000 area. I'm only using about 5% risk on this short on Bitcoin. So who really knows whether or not, it's going to go down. So I stand to make about 35% to the portfolio, which is less than I would like to make, but I'm trying to be a little bit better example to you guys. All right, so I mean, it's a 7 risk reward ratio, so not too bad. Even with 5%, that's adding 35% to the portfolio. We'll be at about $1,400. And then if we get another good range trade, we'll be at about 1,700 to 2,000. And then the breakout trade, we can be a little bit more risky on that because obviously that's a lot, that's more significant. And we don't quite know where it's going to go, so I stand to make more profit off of that. I might use about 10% risk on that. So that's just on Bitcoin alone. I'm hoping over the next, 2 to 3 trades to go from about $1,000 to about a $3,000 portfolio, not even including Litecoin, which is going to be my other main moneymaker when it comes to this major bull run. I'm probably not going to be touching Ethereum all too much. I might give you guys information on what I might think to be a possible good position, but I'm holding more macro swings off of that, so it's not really my concern at the moment. Let's see. That was a couple messages. How cool is that screensaver in the background? Oh, this one right here, the little trippy hippie one. I think it's cool. We looked at XRP. Crypto Boss Andrew. Hey, how you doing, man? What's going on? I just bought in basic attention token in BTC. What do you think? I think it's a great idea. I obviously support basic attention token from a fundamental standpoint. We'll take a look at the actual technicals, and then we'll see if that's a good option right now. Looks like we're getting a double bottom on the smaller time frame, so you need to break about 22 cents to see that fully return to its top. But from the larger time frame perspective, let's go to the daily here. All right, you have a nice diagonal forming right here. Local high, we'll just go with this one right here, about 40 cents. And then a local high at about 26 cents. So I think right now is a really, really good time to get into basic attention token as long as we continue to hold this diagonal here. Now, from a horizontal standpoint, we could always go back down and retest 18 cents. But once we break 26 cents, it's pretty much a direct ride back up to about 40 cents. And I really can't give you a direct answer on what basic attention token is going to end up being in terms of value by the end of the bull run. But I do believe in it, and I think it's a really, really good idea to pay people for their attention when it comes to advertisements. We give away so much time and energy and information to these companies, whether it's, accepting cookies that reach your location or, how your phone and stuff listens to your conversations to help provide better advertisements. I think it's a really good idea that people get some sort of reimbursement for their attention, basic attention. Let's see. Kite, long time. Looks like you lost a lot of weight jogging again. Merry Christmas to you and your fam, trading group, and bullish new year. Thanks you, James Doe. Thanks you very much. I don't think I've lost weight, to be honest. I'm trying my best. We started fasting again. Have not been going on jogs recently. Need to get back to that. But I'm trying. Nice, man. I'm still waiting for my 4 trades for our next session. Been playing super safe. Absolutely, man. It's better to play safe than, play it all in, man. Do you still use Dudex? I don't believe so. But when is a good time to buy Cardano? I'll take a look at Cardano real quick. Why am I misspelling it now? Cardano. Look at Bittrex. Actually, we need a little bit more price action than this. Cardano is ADA, correct? Okay. Cardano. I would say right now is not the best time. I would either wait for a breakout on the smaller time frames. You can see we have a gigantic ascending wedge. So not really the best sign you want to see. We've had a gigantic ascending wedge on Bitcoin that we broke out of, thank God. But I'd probably be waiting for a break of the top of this range, somewhere around 17.2 cents, or maybe picking up at the bottom of the range, somewhere around 13 cents. Okay. But we are kind of consistently staying above the last local high, which is a good sign. If we can go ahead and break this diagonal, even better. And then kind of just play it by ear from there, because we don't have a whole lot of price action telling us what the next major resistance can be. But I would say picking up somewhere around 18.5, 18 cents is going to be your best bet. But I would not buy it right now. Eagle tether, please. Gotcha. Check out the daily. Okay, not a whole lot of information on the daily. Not a whole lot of information at all. All right. Pretty much what I can see so far. Crap, gotta go back to it. All right. What I can say right now is on this particular coin, we're probably due for a rejection pretty soon. Okay. I would wait for a pretty damn good rejection and then buy the breakout. Okay. So right here, for example, wait for a rejection like this. Okay. Wait for the rejection to happen. Don't try to guess the bottom. That's a stupid idea. All right. Then buy the breakout and just hold on to it. All right. If you can do that the whole way through and accumulate on these breakout prices and hold it long term, if you do believe in this coin, that's a great plan to do. That's how you can kind of DCA up, even though you really don't want to do that. But if you're doing it with a plan like this, that's fine. So like you could have done it right here on this last local high. You could have bought the breakout. You could have bought it right here. And as long as you don't significantly come back down below that line, you know you can continue holding on to it. And then we continue going up. So you could have bought some right here. You could have bought some on this breakout. You could have bought some on this breakout. Now, on these lower cap coins, you're going to come down below some resistances slightly. But look at it as if it's a separate range. Okay, as long as you don't break that previous rejection low, you're fine. Let it keep going. And then eventually you got back above it, came back down one more time to retest it, and then we continue to launch from there. Ever heard of Walton? No, have not. I can take a look at it for you though. South Korean won. Take a look at Tethers. I think Tethers is one of the funniest names. Looks very, very volatile. I'll give it that. So in terms of supports and resistances that truly matter, those are the only supports and resistances that matter right now in WTC. So I'd probably be waiting for this to break because what? That's 40 cents up to about 70 cents. So it's not quite 100% gain. But I mean, that's pretty damn good. And if it does continue to grow from there, it should be good. Hi, Kite. I'm totally new here and new to trading crypto. Found your channel researching Market Cipher. Are you still trading with MC? Not personally. My subscription ran out on Market Cipher. And throughout my couple of years of trading, I didn't feel like it was the right thing to renew that subscription. I definitely have the one thing that I'll say, all right, like I've said this many times before, I am not trying to deter you from buying Market Cipher. If you think that's the right thing to do it. I want to give you the pros and cons. Pros. Market Cipher is a great indicator if you know how to use it effectively. It is better for higher time frames rather than lower time frames. But at the same time, it's going to make you overconfident. You spent a lot of money on something, therefore your brain thinks it has more value than it actually does. That's going to make you overconfident. You're going to end up wrecking your portfolio with overconfidence. At the same time, there's a lot of free indicators out there that can do just as effective when using them correctly, right? It's about the intention and how you use it rather than the tool itself. I get probably better trades off of, you know, 2 simple indicators than combining everything into one like Market Cipher does. Like I said, I'm not trying to deter you from buying it. I'm just saying my personal opinion and what I've found out to be true. That's all. If I put this over here, oh, that's way too small for you guys to see. I was thinking about getting like an overlay where it has like it kind of all separate, and then maybe like rolling tickers down at the bottom. I don't know. I want to upgrade the channel, make it look more appealing and have more utility than just talking head. But no rush. To be honest though, you're going to have a lot more success being a trader using support and resistance than indicators. Indicators have a use case. They are effective, but they are not going to make you a better trader. Learning how support and resistance works, learning how to structure a trading style around that will have a lot more results than any indicator that you can buy or any indicator that's free. They all have pros and cons. What altcoins I have my eye on? I mean, I've said this 1,000 times. Monero in particular. EOS. XLM. Besides all the 4 major ones, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, those are the other ones I would keep an eye on. I'm sure there are many others that are great. Don't get me wrong. Everybody has their favorite altcoins. But those are the ones that I am particularly keeping an eye on. Did you have your Chick-fil-A today? Yes, I had a 12-count nugget, large fry, large Coke. That's it. That's all I had today. I have a little bit of Coke left, so even though my fasting window closed at 6 o'clock and it's already 9 o'clock, I don't want to waste this Coke. So from a technical analysis standpoint, I think Link is a great option to buy. But I personally don't know enough about the coin to really say from a fundamental standpoint. And you'll find that that's really what happens a lot of times. Listen, I love crypto with all my heart, but the last thing I want to do is sit there on a news channel, all right? I trade from charts, okay? I don't watch. Any news that I get, it's from the Telegram group, people posting articles or whatever. I don't listen to Crypto Zombie anymore. I don't watch anything that has to do with news. I am watching the charts. I am trading the way that I have always traded, no matter what the news is. It helps me stay sane, to be honest. So a lot of these channels like Crypto Zombie, they're really good if you want to learn about new coins coming out or coins to keep an eye on. I just don't personally have access to that information like everybody else because I don't watch it. Do a carnivore diet, best ever. So the reason why carnivore diets work really well, kind of like Atkins, is because they're low on carbohydrates. They're making sure that you don't spike your insulin, and the lower your insulin is, the more fat you burn. So I kind of get the same effect through fasting. So I eat 4 hours out of the day, well, except for today because I'm drinking this Coke past my time. So my insulin level drops really low. So that way I can burn fat for 12 to 16 hours before eating again. So that way I get the same effects, but I don't have to give up anything. I don't have to eat different foods or anything like that. It's all about not what you eat, but how much you eat and how long you eat. So it's a lot easier to keep track of. So I hate counting calories. Don't want to do that. Sucks. Yeah, I'm still bullish on XLM. After waiting for a breakout at support or resistance, what is your entry signal? That it broke out. I know you were looking for a fascinating answer, but there isn't really any. All right, so after letting a range form, say like the Bitcoin range, all right, so if we get above 24,000, well, in this case, I'm looking for above the actual peak over here. If we get above 24,100, if we're above that, we have a breakout. I have to take a long, all right? If we get below 22,375, I have to take a short. Those are my rules. There's no indicator, all right? It's pure price action telling you what to do. Would moving my camera up to here be a little bit better for you guys, or is that weird? I don't like it being there. I'm gonna put it back down here. I mean, we can always crop it as well. Just give the chart some extra space here. You don't need to see all of my room. Oh, limit orders or market at that point. If it's a breakout, it's always going to be market or conditional market. If it is within the range, like it is right now, it's a limit trade. So currently I have a limit trade, a limit short at 23,955, just waiting to be hit. All right. So within a range, limit. Out of the range, conditional market or market if you're sitting at your computer. Stop loss. Okay, stop loss is always going to be either, so like let's say I'm trying to take a long breakout, contingent on the 24,100. So I'm going to enter, if my breakout is contingent on 24,100 being broken, all right, I'm not going to enter at 24,101. I'm going to enter at about, I would say 24,170. All right, you know, not too close, not too far away from that original line. All right, so like right here, we're gonna give ourselves some breathing room just in case there is a wick, okay? Then we're gonna go ahead and have the stop loss below that resistance, not right here, not right here. We're gonna have it nicely below, just like so. All right, give yourself breathing room to either side because sometimes you get above the resistance and it is breaking out, but sometimes it wants to go back down and retest it on the smaller time frames. You don't want to get wicked out because then you're just gonna have to re-enter, okay? So that's how I would do things. And then obviously in a bull market where we're in price discovery, you don't have a take profit point. You have to let the market show you what the next technical top is. And then upon retesting, then you take your profits. That's how you should do so. Zcash thoughts? Yeah, sure. Take a look at Zcash. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at it from the daily perspective real quick. All right, we already have a couple things marked out, but we'll go ahead and do that again. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the Zcash daily. So we have a downtrend here. All right, so boom, boom, boom. All right, and then a downtrend. Okay. So these are all the supports and resistances that matter when it comes to Zcash. All right, so the next best place to get into Zcash is definitely going to be a break of 120, because from there it's pretty much a straight ride back up to $722, about 500%. You might be asking yourself, why do I say that? I see right here, Austin, there's a resistance at 365, a resistance at 226. Okay, I look at supports and resistances based off of trends. Okay, as well as that, you might not be seeing the same pattern that I'm seeing. We have a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. All right, the left shoulder resistance is at 120. All right, if we can get above the resistance of the left shoulder, the length of the arm is our target. All right, so if we get above that left shoulder, it's an if, this, and that statement. I don't care. I do not care about any of the supports and resistances in the way. If the price action is above $120, then that target of 741 will be hit if that stays true, no matter how much time it takes. It's very relaxing to set your trades up like this. Okay, and then you don't have to worry. You're a robot. Beep boop. No more monkey brain for you. You're a robot. Beep boop. What tool is that for the lines? It's me. I'm the tool. All right, so you hit Alt H on your keyboard. Boom, boom. Check Mega. So me and Bitbird had a conversation in Discord one day, because she uploads new images and stuff for me to use for the channel, which I am very much appreciative. But she has this folder in that group of files that says Austisms. And I didn't know what it was at first. And I'm like, well, that sounds awfully close to autism. I hope she's not making fun of me. And basically what it is, it's a group of files of all of the little sayings that I have come up with. Can I show it off on Livestream? Can I show them the actual all the files? Can I do that? I just want to ask for permission first. Oh, she changed it. She changed it to kiteograms. All right, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. Yeah, we can take a look at LTC again. So LTC, we've built a range here. The top is at about 123. Bottom is about 100 flat. And it looks like we might get rejected here, come back down and try to form a double bottom. So with a lot of the coins kind of slowing down towards their midpoint, that also tells me that Bitcoin is not going to break this. Or at least I don't think so. Who knows? A lot of stuff to be figured out in these smaller time frames in a short period of time. All right. So let's go ahead and show off some of these immaculate photos here. So this is the first one. She just made this one. I'm a robot. Beep boop. It's gonna be a good day song. That's a good one. If this then that. Don't monkey brain. And that's all we got so far, but I'm sure we'll make more as time goes on. Maybe when I'm talking about that sort of stuff, I'll bind it to a hotkey. That way it pops up. Don't monkey brain. I really don't have an opinion on the lawsuit. I didn't look too far into it. I just know that there's an ongoing lawsuit. The chart's not really doing well. It's still in a bull flag, don't get me wrong. And even if we dump down to 33, I think it might just be... I think it's kind of like the coronavirus drop, to be honest. They used the announcement of coronavirus as a way to hide the fact that that drop was going to happen anyways. And the ultimate fear made it so people didn't buy into the coins. But if you really understand how the chart works, around 33 cents, which is our next horizontal support, we have a cradle formation from two macro diagonals. So if we dump down to 33 cents because of this news, don't be fooled. We're still going up, baby. We're still going up. The rich people, they're going to be buying around 33 cents. Technically, yes, there is a good short position open on XRP, depending on how close we are to that resistance. All right, so as long as we stay below 43 cents to 44 cents, the next technical support is 33 cents. All right, so I mean, if you were able to get an entry in around 43.6 to about 43 with a stop loss nicely above that, you can carry that down to 33 cents with some confidence. Yeah, it is. It is a good risk-to-reward ratio as well. Can you give your opinion on the next targets for Zilliqa? And how would you determine those targets? Can you give me the ticker for it? I'm sure I can just look it up, but... Zilla... Okay, never mind. I got it. Alright, so... I mean... We don't have a lot of price action here. I'm sure we've already hit our trend target. Yeah, we just hit the 1.618. The next technical target when it comes to Fibonacci's is going to be about 75.27 cents. I use the trend-based Fibonacci indicator to get that. So... Yeah, about 2.618, 74, no, 7.5 cents, not 75 cents. These are all the major supports and resistances that matter. Okay, based off of Fibonacci. So if we turn off the Fibonacci, go down to a lower time frame, see how beautiful that is? All right. So as long as we stay above 51 cents, the next target's going to be about 74 cents. 7.4 cents, my bad. Is that a THC or non-THC pen? I couldn't do these live streams if I was on THC. That's just nicotine. Trying to expand the... Let's cut this down to 300. And then this one down to 100. That way I don't feel boxed in. How do you know exactly where you want the fib tool? So it's based on trends. So what you're looking for is an uptrend, a rejection, and then the bottom of that rejection. That's how you get those trend-based Fibonacci's. So on the daily chart, it was pretty damn easy here because you see a large uptrend that's halted, put into a downtrend, and that downtrend's ended. So I pretty much just grabbed the bottom, the top, and then the bottom right there, and that's how I got those. I find them to be a lot more accurate than regular Fibonacci's. That's why I like those a lot more. Trend-based Fibonacci's is what you want to use if you're using Elliott wave theory in particular. So I mean, if we're looking at this as Elliott wave theory, we can go ahead and say, where's the Elliott wave stuff? There we go. We can say this is a 1, this is a 2, this is a 3, and then probably like a 4, and then a 5 from there, something like that. And then the 5 is the length of the 3 to the 4. Sounds like a bunch of gibberish. And then we would probably be aiming for like either the 1.618 or the 2.618 as well. Let's just go with that. And that would be our 5th wave. So, remind me in a couple months and we'll come back to this chart and see if we were correct. We'll go back to BTC for now. How we doing? We turning up yet? Oh, we're starting to flatten out here. Who knows how far down we'll go. We're at the previous resistance of this smaller range here, so it would make sense for us to double bottom out here and then go retest. So some different wallpapers here. I downloaded a couple of different wallpapers today. I got that one, and then I got this Star Nebula one. Go ahead and turn off the blur. I think that one's cool. That one's awesome. Really is. Got a couple different ones. I got this Moonlight one that I like a lot. Hold on, I'll do this. I don't know if I can because... Oh, that sucks. Let's try this. Oh, I might break everything. Oh, I kind of broke stuff. Let's try to keep this up. So I got that wallpaper. Got this one. That one. This one's really cool. I really like this one. This one. This one. We'll keep it on this one. Alright, I messed up everything just to show you guys that. Let's go ahead and push this backwards now. Can you put yourself back there? Oh, you guys want to see something really cool? All right. This is not like a regular stream. We're just messing around. All right. So we're going to go ahead and go to the face cam. All right. And then we're going to turn off the crop. I think this is like probably one of the first times you guys have actually seen me like standing up to actually see what I actually weigh. But insecurities aside, I want to show you something really cool. So in this little program I got, all right, that does the background blur. So like I can turn the background blur on and off like that. I can also do this. Okay, where it kind of tracks my face. So then if I get up, I think it's kind of cool. That way, like when we're doing this, and I'm like moving around. It's fun to be young and dumb. The Nebula is badass. I think so too, man. To calculate an entry point during a pullback, it's a good idea to use the Fibra trace. Yes. So typically what's going to happen is you're going to either retrace to the 0.618 or the 0.382. Where did you get those? If you're talking about the, why does it look like my camera's lopsided? Hold on. It looks like my room is tilted. What is going on there? I don't know. I don't care. Let it be lopsided. There's an earthquake going on. If you're talking about the wallpapers, if you have a PC and you download a video game called Wallpaper Engine, you can get those cool types of backgrounds for your PC or Mac, I think. What light do you use? So I have two Elgato key lights. I don't know how to show them off, but they're about $200 a piece. So I got two of them, and they're just shining down on me. And this new camera really does well in low light situations. So I don't have the same problem as I had with the webcam, because the webcam, I had to have the lights kind of bright, and I couldn't stay on live stream all that long because they were just shining directly in my eyeballs. But now, like this camera, I can do things that allow me to get better low light performance, like increase the exposure time for the shutter speed, lower aperture lenses. You know, that you could do like sky shots at nighttime, and better ISO gain. So I want it to be super bright. Yesterday, I started receiving all kind of phishing attacks from the Ledger Nano one. That leak. A lot of people are getting those. I fortunately was not on that list, so I'm very sorry for anybody that was, but I count myself lucky on that one. I know my aunt was on there, unfortunately. Is that a special software? Yeah, so it's the if you have a NVIDIA graphics card, either the 20,000 series or the 30,000 series, not 30,000, 22,000 or 3,000 series graphics cards, you can get NVIDIA Broadcast, where you have access to post-processing, background blur, or the auto frame, or the background replacement. I'm not going to put the background replacement on there because I think there might be an image that pops up that's going to get me kicked off of YouTube. It's nothing too bad. There's my favorite comedian, David So. All right, he took these raunchy pictures, acting as if he's an Instagram model. Because these Instagram models, they'll take like these butt pics, and then they'll put like some little nice caption underneath, like "Make today special," or "You're loved." Open up your heart to others, and it's just a picture of their ass. So he was trying to make fun of them by making these pictures, and they're not necessarily family friendly. So we're gonna leave that for another day. What camera are you using? I'm using the Sony A7 II. I also just got the dummy battery for it, so now I don't even have to worry about battery power when we're live streaming. We weren't either. We've been burned before, so having an email just for activating accounts, setting up logins, etc. in a PO box. That's a way to do it. Want to live off the grid. Don't let that stuff out there. Yeah, I've heard about the XRP lawsuit. I think it's a little bit of FUD. I think it's going to be used to force the price down to a level where a lot of people won't buy, but the actual people that understand the technicals, they're definitely going to buy it. Is it a Sony headphone I see in your ear? Yes, it is. It's the Sony WM1000Xs. So like the AirPods, the noise canceling AirPods, those cost $200 something. These are $150. Now they don't look as cool. They're not as slim. Don't get me wrong, but they have really. Sony is the best in noise canceling, I believe, better than Bose actually. With the tests that I've seen, I've always been a Bose guy, but this is my first time buying like Bluetooth earbuds, which work really well for the computer and the live stream setup. That way I can have access to sound, but I don't have to wear bulky headphones. The only thing that I miss about wearing bulky headphones is the live feedback from the mic. That's the only thing. So how much does it cost for a good YouTube setup? I would say if you want, all right, so I'll give you like the cheapest setup and then I'll give you like the most expensive setup. Well, not even the most expensive, just like if you want professional level quality versus like intermediate. So before this, if you go back to my old live streams, like really far back, I was using a simple desk lamp and a C920 webcam, and it looked really decent. Especially if you have the option of adding background blur. Even with the webcam, it looks more professional. And when you get the settings correct on a webcam, it looks decent. It really does. I used a webcam for many, many years. Now, if you want to take a step above that, so that would cost you about, you know, if we included the mic, you can probably get like $100 microphone, $100 webcam, and then like a $40 desk lamp. That'll do just fine. You can even put a webcam on a tripod if you want to have it kind of off on the distance, whatever you want to do with it. So it costs about $300, right? If you want a professional quality setup, you need a interface for your mic, a good microphone, which you get diminishing returns with a microphone, okay? This microphone costs $400, but it probably sounds the same as somebody that buys a $200 microphone. The reason being is because sound works a little bit differently. It's not about the microphone, it's more about the room and the post-processing rather than the microphone itself. But you would have to get a $100 Focusrite Solo, so $100, and then probably like a $200 microphone, all right? And then the camera, the cheapest camera that you can get for live streaming, that's really good, is about $500. So about 700 there, and then either one or two Elgato key lights. You can find different options, but these are really compact. They have a lot of different options, and you can, get them working from your phone. So that's about $400. So you got 100, 200, and about 500. So about 700. I would say around $1,000 to $1,500 for a very decent pro level quality. Does your one-on-ones teach your simple way of trading, support, and resistance and other things? Yes. So mainly what we focus on in the one-on-ones is I teach you the basic strategy. We go through, it's very tedious, don't get me wrong. Today, I usually tell people that the sessions last about an hour. I had a session today that lasted 2.5 hours because I go on really long tangents, but for good reason. So I teach you the basic strategy, how to really read price action itself. We talk about risk management. So that's the first session. The first session is usually how to make up your chart for success, how to read price action correctly, how to trade that, and then how to use risk management on top of that. The second session is focused more towards indicators and account flow. All right, so having to manage multiple accounts, how do you do that effectively, and how do you structure them so that if one fails, the other one does well and covers it. And hopefully the end result is that all accounts are doing well. And then, the third session, if they ever do get to that point, which most people, they're fine where they are with the 2 sessions. They're making enough money, and they're not really looking for anything else. Because what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to make sure that you guys have a simplistic, easy, and effective way that's not going to take up your entire day in order to trade. The last thing that I want for you guys is to be stuck on the 5-minute time frame or the 1-minute time frame, staring at your charts 1,000 minutes a day and wondering what to do. All right? I just want you guys to be on the 1 hour to 2 hour, make simple and easy decisions, make lots of money, and still have time for family and friends and leisure. That's what trading should be. It should not be this hardcore thing. I call it the siren's call of scalping. Too many people get sucked into this world of trading, whether it's through Forex or whether it's through crypto, and they're promised grandeur. They go buy this indicator, trade this time frame, do this, do that. You're gonna make lots of money. But at the core of it, the less information that you have to look at, the better it's gonna be for your account, because you're gonna have less clouding of judgment, and it's gonna be easier on your brain. As well as that, there's times where I don't take a trade for a month. There's times where I take a trade, 2 trades a week. But I'm not making 5 trades a day. All right. And I'm just talking about in terms of like ranges. I might make 4 trades in one day, but that's on different coins because they're all hitting their tops or bottoms. But I count that as 1 trade. My favorite part about the first 101 is I go through some past ranges and using a very simple rule set. And I don't skip any steps. If we would have lost a trade here or here or here, I count that into the end total. I go through and I mark out every single trade that you could have taken off of this simple rule set. And then at the end, we calculate what that account would be worth at the end of that range. And even minus the losses, your account still would have been, like 300 to 400% in profit with 2% risk. Is it possible to show an example of using fib retracement on the chart? What would be the best time frame to use it on? Fib retracements, you have to do it based on ranges. So like, let's say we're on the 1 hour range here. Okay, from top to bottom. All right, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna throw a regular old Fibonacci retracement on this. So say like this. Okay, so you can see the point, the 382 was a huge area. And then we went back up and tested the 1. Now we might come back down to like the 0.618 and then test that and then come back up and retest. You can see like right here, we came up to the 1, we came back down to the 0.618, we came up to the 1 again, and then finally got the rejection leading us to the downside. All right. So that's kind of what the retracements look like. And then we would be targeting 1.618 next to the 2.618. So anywhere between 25,000 to about 27,000 is our next technical target. All right, so that's how you do simple fib retracements. But I really like fib extensions. So like if we go to the daily chart here, all right, and let's go ahead and delete some of this information. And let's say that we're looking at this trend-based fib extension here. So from here, and then we have a rejection, then we come back down. Okay, so the most important supports and resistances are the 1, the 1.618, 0.382, and 0. Okay, and then 1.618, 2.618. Okay, so if we go down to a smaller time frame, such as the 2 hour, all right, you can see that this is the 1.618. That's what we went down and retested as support. Right here, we kind of held resistance at the 1, and then we broke through that. Right here, this is the 0.618. We kind of went back and forth along it. 0.382 came back down to retest it, found support, continued on from there, and then obviously the 0, which is what we started this off of. So we're already past the 2.618. So the next technical target, as long as we stay above that, which we can always come back down to retest it, which is about 21,000. So, you know, we kind of got close, kind of didn't. All right. The next technical target is definitely going to be, and if we come down to a smaller time frame, we can actually get a little bit more accurate support and resistance when it comes to the Fibonacci's. So if we do this on the 2 hour rather than the daily, because of the averages and the difference in the averages, we're going to get substantially different numbers. So we're going to have the 382 here, 0.618 here, the 1 here, 618, 2618, which is what we're holding support on that now. So the next major resistance is going to be about 28,000. All right, see how that works? Based off of the trend-based Fibonacci's. So we were at the 0, and then we went up to test the 0.618. You can see that held resistance. Then we dropped back down to the 0.382. We went ahead. We found support on it. Broke up from there. We go up to test the 1. We held resistance at the 1 for a good period of time. And then we moved up to the 0.618. We got past it, but then came back down to retest it as support. We found support, so then we can continue to the 2.618, which is what we're currently above and finding support on now. If we continue to find support on it, then we will get to the 3.618. A lot of words coming out of my mouth right now that probably don't make a lot of sense to anybody, but hopefully that was a good example. Thoughts on GRT? Let me take a look at GRT. There's not a whole lot of information on it. But what we can do is we can throw some Fibonacci retracements on it and ponder. All right, so let's say this is our Fibonacci retracement here. All right, so this is the 0. We came up to the 0.382, got a rejection, coming back down to retest the 0. All right. Next major target, if we can find support here at 43 cents. I don't know if we're going to go lower than that. Our next major target is definitely going to be about $1.13. Quickly after that, it comes up to about $1.57, $1.58, and then $2.26. Okay, so if we go ahead, and we'll leave this for the future and see what happens. Now, this is a new coin to hit Coinbase, so it has its initial spike, and then obviously it's going to take a dip down below. People taking profits off their newfound wealth, and then from there, we're going to go ahead and continue on upwards. So who knows? We'll see how deep this goes down. Yes, it makes a lot of sense. So your pullbacks normally should also fall on those same fib extensions, either on or around. So you can. So when we showed off BTC, the 0.382, you saw how it went below it, but it kind of normalized and capitulated right at that line and then broke above. That's what you're looking for. So I mean, if let's say we went on the daily for Bitcoin here, All right, and we were looking at the 2018 bear market. All right, let's go ahead and say that this was our first major dip and then support. All right, so you have the 0.382 here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and mark out all these. 0.618. All right, and then obviously the 1.618 was 0, okay? All right, so we went down to the 0.618. What did you see happen? We had an Adam and Eve around the 0.618. Horizontal resistance, break. Went back up to test the 0. Okay. Found a rejection. Moved back down to the 0.382. All right, went a little bit below that as well. All right, we're looking for around that 0.382. All right, so that's kind of how you can do it. So, I mean, if you wanted to extrapolate this into a much, much larger time frame as well, we can go ahead and look at this from this perspective. Okay. So if we're looking at it from this perspective, all right, let's go ahead and mark out our most important supports and resistances. The 1, the 1.618, and actually, you know, let's go to a 6 hour. That'll kind of help us do this a little bit better. Like I said, this isn't a normal live stream. We're just kind of chatting. All right, so looking at it from this perspective, we can go ahead and say the 1, 0.618, 0.382, and a 0. Okay, and then we have the 1.618, about $21,000, 2.618, $30,000, 3.618, 40,000, and then so on and so on. So it's kind of just like psychological levels on the way up. And then we have the 8.6, that's 90,000, and then it can continue on from there. So we'll go ahead and remove these. All right, you can see once we got this connection here, we went back up to test the 0.382. We got above the 0.382. We found support, and then we did an ABC pattern across the 0.618. You can see we got above it, came back below, and then came back above it. Went up to test the 1, went past the 1, and then now we're sitting around the 1.618, as we should be, since we broke the 1. As well as that, let's go ahead and just say that you took regular fib retracements like this. Fib retracements, let's say from the 3K to 14K top. Let's go and do that. Mark out all of our major supports and resistances. Boom. 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 Okay. What do you see? All right, we came up, came down, found support around the 0.618, came back up to retest, got rejected, came down to the 0.382, found support. We can continue moving on from there. So, I mean, there's 1,000 different ways to find out what your price targets can be. I like to go off of actual patterns, though. So, I mean, if we're looking at this this descending triangle here, all right, if we have this descending triangle like this, this is the biggest, this is what makes you feel like a fool. I didn't know this. All right, I definitely did not play it this way back when I should have. All right, but from now on, I know how to play it like this. I'm a big dude. I'm a whale. All right, so let's go ahead and extend this line. Actually, you know what? We'll stamp in a actual horizontal here, like that. All right, so you have a descending triangle pattern. All right, anytime you go from top to bottom is a new target. So first off, the opening is a target, this is a target, and this is a target. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and bring these down like this. And we're going to draw horizontals off of them. All right. So a market, when it breaks a support or resistance, the one thing that it wants to do is retest. All right. And if you have multiple targets, it's going to test one target, retest previous support or resistance, then test the next target, previous support or resistance, then test the next target, previous support and resistance. So we're going to walk through this. All of this price action from the past, 300 days has been from one pattern. All right, so we broke the descending triangle. We come down to the first target. We find support. We go back up to retest. We get rejected. We move down to the second target. All right, we find support, go back up to retest. Went past that supported resistance, but then came back down below it shortly. So we got a rejection right here. Boom, rejection. So then we move down to the third target, find support, go back up to retest, finally break through. Now we can actually move on in a bullish fashion. We have completed all 3 targets of a single pattern, which influenced the next 300 days of price action. Pretty cool, right? All right. So let's go ahead and talk about why the coronavirus crash happened. All right. Forget the news. I know coronavirus had a big deal to do with everything. I'm not denying that. But think about this from a simple money flow perspective, a simple support and resistance perspective. People that understand the market in this way, they're going to set up buy positions here on this target level. They're going to set up buy positions here and buy positions here. So they might put in 10% of their portfolio here. Let's go ahead and say that. Say they put in 10% here, and then 20% here, and then 70% here. Okay, and a DCA ladder. All right. You only have a finite amount of money. So if this and that statement, they're looking for a rejection around 9,400 to the upper echelon of about 9,800. All right, but they see it get above that for a good period of time. So they can't put all of, they have a finite amount of money. So they have to go and insert their capital that was going to be on these levels here because it broke their if this and that statement. All right. So then once we get back down below that, there's nothing to catch it at those levels. So then it falls down to the lowest one. See how that works? All right. So, I mean, you can say that is manipulation. You can say this or that. At the end of the day, it happened. And it happened for a very good reason, a very valid reason. You can call it coronavirus crash all you want. But in all honesty, I think it was going to happen anyways. It always has, and it always will. The rich want their prices low, and they're going to get it one way or another. All right, looks like we got a nice little double bottom shaping up right now. Bullishly diverging RSI. We're just waiting to break. We have to break 23,704, and then we should return back to the top of the range. I'll go ahead and get my entry from there. And by that time, yeah, we're definitely going to have a bearish divergence. Yeah, we're going to have a bearish divergence. Go ahead and look up some more backgrounds. Turn off the camera blur. Oh, I like that one. Oh, that's nice. I think if I'm gonna have like that orange and yellow, I gotta change my lights to orange and yellow. Go to discover. Oh, that's not very fun. Here we go. This song reminds me of an old Super Nintendo RPG. I can see that. So you're saying once we retest the top of the trend on BTC, we'll form a bearish divergence? I mean, we kind of already have. You can see right here, okay, we have the same high. Well, actually, we have a little bit higher high on the RSI here. Let's go ahead and let's just get the MACD out of the way. All right, so you can see we have a lower high on BTC, but we have a slightly higher high on the RSI. All right, so that's a bearish divergence. That's a bearish reversal divergence. All right, as well as that. Okay, if we, this is 23,990. We came up to about 23,550 or 23,955. So, I mean, we have a couple bearish divergences here. I mean, this one just kind of in the way. All right, this one, that's going to be long standing for a little bit until we finally come up to meet it or surpass it on the RSI. The way that I see things, as long as this high right here on the RSI still has a direct line of sight to this high, it's fine. Now, if there's a peak that is cutting off its line of sight like that, these two can't communicate. But as long as this high can see this high, it's going to bully it and say, go back down. Crypto Addictive Snarf, thank you very much, man. I appreciate you too. I wonder if we can find like the same type of background, but in red or blue, preferably blue. Gone for a smoke. Guess who's back? Hello. Let's see. I already have that one. Oh, this one's blue and red. Let's try this one. Nah, that one you can't really see that well on the stream. I got this one too. I mean, this one's kind of fitting. Isn't that cool? We'll leave it on that one, just to make it a little bit easier on myself. Excellent. So basically we are waiting for a reversal to get out of the bearish trend. Well, we're not in a bearish trend. Well, I mean, on the smaller time frames, yes, we are. So we're waiting for a double top on Bitcoin to enter a short off of the top of the range. All right. So right now, All right. On the higher time frames, we are definitely at a top. Okay, this is the top of the range. We got a top, got rejected. This is our bottom. This is our top. That's what we're working with. So on the smaller time frames, we're waiting for a secondary retest of that resistance to enter a short in on. All right, so like over here, for example, double top, rejection. Over here, double top, rejection. So on and so on and so on. So that's what we're waiting for. All right, so then we're looking at this on an ultra small time frame, and we're looking at this as we're trying to figure out how this is going to get back up to the $900 area, 23,900. So I'm suspecting that this is a double bottom, this is a horizontal resistance, and as long as we can get back above 23,700, our target would be about 24,000, which we would be taking our short around that area. The only difference is you're not going to have exact numbers, okay? Which makes things a lot cleaner. If I just switch this to candles, okay, and I turn on wicks like everybody would have, you can see how this kind of gets a little bit more messy, all right? I can still see it the same way because I've been doing Hakonishi so long, but it's just not as clean, all right? If I turn off the wicks, it does get clean. All right, you can see it's still sort of the same ideal setup, but I just don't like the way it looks. All right, and Hakonishi candles translate to average body. And as a human, not a robot, which kind of goes against what I was saying before, we have to get average results. All right, we're not going for, Supreme Overlord Kite here, trying to make the most crazy trades in the world. I'm just trying to win. All right, so having the average support and resistance helps my win ratio. It might not make me the most amount of money, but I'm not concerned with that. I'm just trying to make more than I had yesterday. That's all. Also, I'm trying to make the channel more accessible for everybody. There's people, I love everybody that comes to the live streams because you're sitting here with me watching price action or just talking. But there's people that don't have that much time on their hands. Not trying to insult you. I love you. All right. But you got time on your hands to watch me. All right. I don't sit here and talk about, learning, I don't give valuable information 100% of the live stream. It's usually about, maybe 60% and then 40% is just kind of bullshitting. All right. So what I want to do is for every single live stream that I put out, I want to put out a highlight video, particularly covering all 4 major coins. That way I can condense 1 hour, 2 hour information into about 10 to 15 minutes. So if anybody out there has, time on their hands, and you would like to get into the one-on-one sessions and the Telegram group, I'm willing to offer you that if, for like every single live stream that I put out. And obviously at a certain point, that value only goes so far. I'm not asking you to do this until the end of time, but after an adequate amount of time, I'll start paying you for each video that you do. But what I would need you to do is, download the live stream and then cut out the bits and pieces that are important, whether I'm teaching a specific thing on price action or covering a specific coin, because we cover many different coins, not just the 4 major ones, and then condense that into a 10 to 15 minute video that I can then upload from there again. If you can do that, and that's something that you're looking to do, and you guys, can't afford, or maybe we're just, waiting for the right opportunity to get into the one-on-ones, I'm willing to trade that for access, because I'm just trying to build a team around me that can help me get this channel off the ground and make it more accessible to everybody. because there's a lot of valuable information that is kind of like towards the end to middle of the live stream, which, you know, I'm looking at my analytics, and usually after I cover all 4 major coins, there's a pretty sizable dip in the viewership. So I just want to make sure that everybody gets to see that same information. Exactly. And I mean, it's not even that hard. I could probably do it myself, but I'm lazy. And, you know, I still got to teach people daily, and I still got to do the live streams. So I do have spare time, but I'd rather have that to myself than, you know, kind of siphon through videos. But if you could do that for me, I'll be willing to do something for you. And obviously in the future, it could be a paid gig as well. As the channel grows, you know, that way, you know, it's a fair deal. Yeah, that's essentially all you'd be doing is downloading the information. It would require you to watch the full live stream, either, you know, if you already watched it one time through, that way, you know which bits and pieces are important. Because I'm not just asking for, you know, just to cut out the coins specifically, but let's say there was a 5 to 10 minute example of me talking about how to draw support and resistance or anything like that, stuff that you would feel like is important to an average trader, that kind of information, not just talking about prices and technical analysis, but rather important information as well, good learning lessons. Fishy, no. No, fishy. Fish, your breath stinks, man. I could smell it from here. Alright? Just stop. Oh my god. He tries to get up in my lap, and then he just sits there and snorts. Pick me up. Cut out the ayahuasca, basically. No, leave that in there. I'm just kidding. Anything that has to do with trading in particular and useful information, whether it's price action, you know, technical analysis on certain coins, or learning lessons like we just talked about with the Fibonacci extensions and, you know, drawing out the supports and resistances and targets from the descending triangle. It's stuff that people can learn from, that's all. Absolutely, man. If you can do it, message me on Discord, and we can talk about it. Hey. Negative, compadre. Negative. Negative, Ghost Rider. Don't you do it. Stop. Stop scratching the wall. There's nothing down there of importance. You guys want to close up a fish? He's sitting there scratching the wall. You see him? Hold on. Sitting right there. I don't know what he wants down there. See my mess of dirty clothes right there as well? That's flattering. Hey, 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 hey. Go settle down. Go settle down. It's not playtime. Not, hey, ow, ow. Not playtime. Not playtime. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down, puppy. Go lay down, puppy man. Can I ask another question? You were talking about bearish and bullish divergence. Can you predict the future price actions on that? Is there any difference if it shows up on the MACD or RSI? Yes, you can kind of predict whether or not it's going to go up or down. So, I mean, let's go ahead and take this as an example. Let's just use the RSI. Okay. So RSI, I like it better because it's exact support and resistance. Well, exact points instead of momentum based. All right. So like right here, for example, all right, this is what we're expecting. So right here, we have the same low, but we have a significantly lower low on the RSI. So this is one of two bullish divergences. This is either an exaggerated bullish divergence or a hidden bullish divergence. Give me one moment, please. He had a ball between the bed and the wall. You did not just do that. Oh my God. He lost it. He lost it under the couch. 5 seconds. He had the ball for 5 seconds. Poof, gone. God, you are such a baby. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to control him. What turnaround time do you expect to cut videos after upload? So, probably by like, so the normal schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I usually go live at 12 or 1. So if I can get it uploaded by at least, I want to say 7 or 8 o'clock the same day. All right, so that way people coming home from work have something to watch. Or people waking up in like Oceanic. That's what I would probably be expecting. What did you do today? Oh, I watched a YouTuber play low energy fetch in his bedroom. Thank you for calling my tenacity low energy. He really screwed up my hand, man. When I went to go grab his ball, he tried to get it from me immediately, and he screwed up my hand. Wow. I need to cut his nails. I'm just trying to see what it looks like. Okay, perfect. I'm back from Christmas shopping. What did you miss? Low energy fetch with my dog. Not a whole lot. We talked about some cool stuff, but nothing you probably never seen. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I've just been kind of chilling out. Like I said, this is not a an actual live stream. We're just kind of chilling out. I got nothing to do, nobody to talk to, so I'm talking to you guys because I love you. Let's go check out the 1 minute time frame, see how it's shaping up. All right, so we have now gotten over the $23,700 resistance, going back down to retest. If we can confirm support, we should start moving on up to 24,000. Do not lose that ball again. I see what you're doing. Don't do it. So one cool thing about having all of this high-tech setup stuff is I can play music to myself that you guys can't hear, so I don't get copyrighted on YouTube. By the way, I don't know who's here. If it is the set of friends I was talking about before, I do have to go. But if not, if it's just my friend Kenny. Oh no, it's them. Okay. Not yet. Stay put. Alright. Looks like I gotta say goodbye. My friends are here. We'll be back tomorrow, 12 p.m., 1 p.m. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed a chill out stream. We kind of just talked about random stuff. Be watching that top level, 24,000. That's what I'm looking for a rejection for. And then we'll move on from there. Be on tomorrow morning. So that nothing major should happen by that time. Hopefully we get a nice little rejection. But yeah, goodbye. We'll start saying goodbye real quick. Fishy, stop. Simon, cool stream. Thanks. Thank you, man. I appreciate you showing up. John, nice stream, buddy. See you soon. See you soon. See you tomorrow, buddy. Josh T, we all love you, Kite. Thank you. I love you guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Sport Billy, cheers, mate. Cheers, buddy. Have a good night. Have a good morning, wherever you're at. Love you. Merry Christmas, Kite. Thank you, Crazy Kangaroo. Hopefully you have a good one as well. We got a couple days. Still got to do some last-minute shopping here and there, but hey, that's every year. I tell myself I'm going to get Christmas presents early, but then we're sitting here 3 days away. Tyler T, bye, Kite. Goodbye, buddy. I'll miss you. See you tomorrow. James, hi, Kite and Fish. Good night, buddy. Good night, buddy. I'll see you later. Crypto Boss Andrew, see ya. See ya, man. Bye. PC is asleep. He'll be gutted. He'll miss you. All right. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow. That's the bright side. I love you. Many thanks, man. I'll be back. Very entertaining and learning. Thank you, man. That's what I try to go for. I try to make sure that the streams feel like one-on-ones. That way you guys kind of get an ideal of what you guys are going to get if you guys do decide to go with that. Cheers and much love. Cheers, buddy. Joshua, see you, Kite. Goodbye, buddy. Frost. See you tomorrow, man. See you, man. I'll see you tomorrow. 1 p.m., 12 p.m., whichever I decide. Whatever my body decides to wake up. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys very much. As always, guys, check out the links in the description. You guys can find the risk reward calculator. That's the most important thing that I can ever give you guys. There's the Patreon link if you guys want to join the Telegram, or if you want to sign up through Patreon to get the one-on-ones. Or you can message me on Discord for the one-on-ones. It's always an availability. As well as that, If you guys want to support the channel and support the channel for giveaways in the future, go ahead and sign up a Bybit account underneath the Bybit affiliate link in the description. You guys pay Bybit fees anyways, so why not have some of it come to this channel? That way, you can help me help you, and then from there, we can work things out. So, as always, guys, trade safe. Hopefully, you guys get a good entry. Hopefully, we don't have a massive breakout. Actually, hopefully we do, because that's going to be way more profitable in the short term. But I'm looking for long-term gains here. If we're going to accumulate a little bit before we have that nice spike up, I'll be more than happy to take that. So, with that being said, I'll see you tomorrow morning. And yeah, if you guys are actually interested in that video editing spot I got open, please let me know. Like I said, if you're not in the one-on-ones, I'll invite you to that. You'll get access to the Lifetime Telegram and Discord. And then maybe in the future sometime, you know, that's going to be predetermined. I don't know when, but that'll be a paid gig after that point, because the $450 value only goes so far. So, as always, I appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, guys. Goodbye. Goodbye.